Yarramalong is such a wonderful retreat, so close to Sydney, yet absolutely chilled out. 29 Robinvale is an award-winning prime example of how gorgeous the area is. And you know how some broker-babble calls bedrooms king size, but they are not? Well, that's not the case here. These bedrooms are huge and drop-dead gorgeous, as are the en-suites. And all with squillion-dollar views of peace, all in private surroundings. The curse here is that living areas are so divine on literally so many levels, you'd feel torn between staying in bed and hanging out in the living areas, between sipping something silly on the veranda or lounging like a lizard by the pool. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom lakeside manse is looking for offers over $3 million through Coastwide First National in Wyong. Our next home, wow, it has such a big story that we will only have time to touch the sides of this sublime residence in Western Australia's Darlington, about 40 minutes outside of Perth. A divine home that dates back to 1913. It is at first glance the gardens that strike you. They're over a hectare in size. This has been a family home with a design team led by owner designer Elaine Jones, based in Singapore. Her touches from the Rajasthani pillars that grace the dining room to the banister detailing add a rich depth to the texture of this home. And the most extraordinary thing is this exquisite glass mosaic carpet that connects eras within the home. The heated pool with custom tiling is flanked by the main house and a fully equipped pool house. And everywhere stonework of rare quality. There is nothing missing here, nothing at all. There's no official asking price for this 5-bedroom home, though the 4-year build cost $7.5 million, but that doesn't rule out offers. For more details, contact John Garland at Garland International in Perth. For fans of Grand Designs Australia, or just fans of brilliant design and architecture, the small house, as it is called at Sydney Surrey Hills, will be a familiar building. It's on the market now, and joining me in the studio is the owner and designer of this Surrey Hills sweetie, Domenic Alvaro. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, my pleasure.
You must be thrilled with the property.
It's fantastic, and we love it. I mean, I'll be sad to leave Surrey Hills. It's one of our favourite.
It's very buzzy, isn't it?
Buzzy
I read
areas.
that you thought it was very New York style. Is that what attracted you to the space in the first place?
Definitely. I think the sort of lower west side quality of this part of Surrey Hills and the way it's evolving, and the food, fashion. The pool is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, just its location's brilliant. So very much so, and we've got that kind of New York aspect when you look at the skyline view, because we look back to the city.
It is a great point of view. Tell me, because it is on such a small footprint, what came first, the purchase of the land or the idea that you wanted to build something with a small footprint? How did it evolve?
I wanted to build, and I was looking for properties that either I could renovate or demolish part of the property and extend, or vacant land. And it just came up, and surprisingly 7 by 6 meters is quite big.
It doesn't sound it to me.
Everyone thinks, I guess, through the name, small, it's sort of dubbed it small house, and it's become the name of the project. But it's actually quite a large footprint. So when you look at the overall, we've got a couple hundred square meters of area. So if you tip that in its length, it's a sort of 35 metre by 7 metre home, so 5 levels, lots of living opportunities. So we move, we move through the levels. So we've actually 3 living levels through the house. The
big surprise, of course, is the roof. I mean, you think you've seen it all, and then you get to the roof and that wonderful garden space. Was that always in your mind as well?
Definitely. It was the idea, again, maybe the Italian in me, but, visiting Italy and the way they use their roof terraces, they sort of really thicken out with garden beds, and, we've done the whole herbs thing, and, it's fantastic. I'm not that green of thumb, but we certainly love getting up there and having a bit of a play. Having a bit of a play on a weekend. It's a lot of fun.
All those hard surfaces, and then the wonderful foliage of the wisteria and wonderful that you have there now.
Yeah, and we've got a mature tree which we brought in right from the beginning, the large fig. So that's made a big difference to just get this kind of overwhelm. You get an instant garden, and it's actually really shading in summer. It's fantastic.
Now you have to tell us, what was it like being on the Grand Designs TV show? Did that make it even harder to go there?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, they were lovely. Like, I've never dealt with media and film, and certainly not for my work, but they were also lovely. And in the end, the best thing for us is just having that record. Like, that's the main reason we did it, was to be able to look back and we're already looking back going, oh my God, you know, look how small our daughter was or whatever, and look at how we looked a couple of years ago.
It's just wonderful.
It was a great process.
Episode.
Yeah, it was a great, and Peter's such a good host, and we certainly had a lot of on and off camera discussions around design and architecture.
Yes,
he's very accomplished architect.
It's made you a media star, you know that, don't you?
Goodness, I don't know about that, but it's certainly been it's been awesome. Actually, I definitely don't regret it. It's been a lot of fun.
When you, of course, built the house, it was you and your wife Sue, and then first baby.
Yes.
How old is she now?
She's 2.
2, and then only 2 days ago.
Yes,
2 days ago, you have another little girl.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, look, it's you know, for me, I think it's the sort of place. I mean, people live in apartments with families. You know, a 1-bedder, 2-bedder apartment. You know, this place can certainly accommodate the growth, and it's just a question of whether, you know, if that's something you want or not. I mean, we always intended this sits in an area where it could be an office building, it could be a home office, it could be a house and home office for a couple or family. So it was always just a great project, and you know, a sort of point in our lives. I really don't want to leave.
You don't want to leave. I can sense that. I can sense that.
But
you are such a talented designer architect. Are you going to build another one?
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Yeah.
I'll just have to
It's
keep
in you,
evolving.
It's in you. I can see that.
As soon as
passion.
I finish this, I wanted to go and build
Another
the next one or something similar, or you know, looking for that opportunity now. So we're going to try maybe a more medium house, let's call it. You know, maybe 2 levels, maybe maybe a third. A little courtyard, something like that.
Oh, it has been a delight having you here. Our guest, Domenic Alvaro, so wonderful that you've been here today. We'll have more hot homes for you next week. See you then.